Bad news. The boss has fallen into enemy hands. I'm sure he'll find a way to escape. Actually, I'm more worried about his gear. He's gonna have a tough time without it. That's where you come in. I need you to sneak in through the mine's underground passage and recover all of the boss's equipment. I know you'd like to rescue him yourself, but have faith. This will be more than enough. I'll be watching you. Good luck.
So, I can't remember if this is a mandatory side op, but this is one that's pretty interesting because you have to use a non-snake soldier. We'll use Axolotl again.
Stealth.
And we have to retrieve Snake's items for him. We'll get rid of the camera and the analyzer and the bandana. I don't really need those. I don't think I need the night vision goggles either, so we'll just get some recovery items on us. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It explains how Snake gets his gear back. Normally, you have to retrieve it yourself in other Metal Gear games, be it just grabbing the box in MGS1 or rendezvousing with Snake in MGS2, rendezvousing with Eva in MGS3. There's always a go get your stuff back mission.
Gather up all the boss's equipment, and hurry! We gotta get to him ASAP.
And here it is in this. It's one of the extra ops. We're gonna shoot men in the butt, 'cause they have helmets. That's one of them. So this is one of those kind of silly missions where you can see there's like gimmicky guards. They've got their vests and they've got their helmets, so it's going to be easier to shoot them in the butt. And he did a weird little squat up there. I wanted to see if he was going to do it again, but I don't think so. Also, how did Snake's items get all around like this? This is silly. Oh.
Enemy attack.
There we go. Right, even if you shoot them in the face, it doesn't work. Love box! That's a very important Snake item. There we go. Okay, I guess the vest doesn't protect against that. That's good to know. I don't see anything more here. So we might have to move on. I like these little maps. I think that's really cool that they actually give you a full map.
Hide until the elevator arrives. Don't let anyone detect you.
Yeah, and even the ladies, even the female soldiers, they get the Raiden style sneaking suit, which I think is cool. Oh look, that was another one. Ah, that was a joke. It's you call the elevator because it has an item in it. I see. So I guess they are all in this room somewhere. I don't remember if there's any further joke to this, like if you have to hold someone up to get them to drop an item that they have. I don't think they would do anything quite that cruel. What they would do, though, is put one way before the entrance. I saw that over there. I also saw this one here.
More of the boss's equipment is still out there. Make sure you recover it all.
I will. Let's see, let's try and aim this the right way. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of rude. Look, they put it back there. I vaguely remember there being a bit of a joke. Oh. Was that not one of them? Was that just a little treat for me? Oh, there it is. There's the joke position. They always gotta put one in a silly place. It's neat, though. I like that this is here. It's a nice little spin on... Yep.
Okay.
On retrieving Snake's gear.
Head for the goal.
But in a way that could only really be done in this game due to how it, Oh, jeez, he's in the goal there. Due to how it has the extra ops rather than VR missions.
You did it. Keep it up.
So, the post-game is not all side ops, however. It's a lot of side ops. What they expect you to do is continue playing the game with your new staff, with your new weapons and items. And going like, oh, okay, let's see. Oh, paparazzi. Okay.
Let's get this mission started.
It's a photography
Complete the
mission.
And proceed to the Fulton recovery point so we can get you back alive and well. Good luck out there.
Commander is dressed like any other soldier, but is not nearly as busy. Okay. Let's see. Hey, you know, since we saw it... We'll go with this. Might not be the best option, but it's fine. Let's also get our Soliton radar, because it's really useful. Get some curry. Get some soda. And then, very important, we need a camera. How are you going to take pictures without a camera? So yeah, the idea is you'll do a bunch of these because you want to play with all your new toys and all your new things. You don't be like, oh my goodness, there's actually like a post game. That's kind of crazy.
Get a photo of the enemy commander while he's out scouting. If anyone spots you, it's game over.
That's fine. No one will spot us. No one will spot us.
Enemies close by.
Someone just spotted us.
The mission's a failure. Return to base.
Oh yeah, it actually does the regular Metal Gear game over leitmotif there, which is funny because that is a turn on the old Tappy Metal Gear
Get a
theme.
photo of the enemy commander while he's out scouting. If anyone spots you, it's game over.
So it's funny that they would still use it at this point, since they had gotten rid of the Tappy theme truly and fully. But I don't think they realized that that's using the Tappy motif. Anyway. I think I remember where this guy is. Ah, I do. Okay. I remember where he is. I remember where he is. And I'm just going to take care of everyone that's not him. Because the commander's over here. He's not as busy as the other guys. What does that mean? That means he does squat thrusts. Yep. So we gotta take a picture of him slacking on the job. We did it!
Nice shot.
He loves it. He loves pictures of men's butts.
Hey, that was great. Can't wait to see what else you can do.
So you'll do a couple of those, and then eventually you'll get a codec call, a radio call, that tells you, oh my goodness, Zadornov, who we totally captured and brought with us and just threw into the brig. And you can normally see that. Normally he would be in your brig. He's long gone for me, because this is a complete save file. But after doing a couple extra ops, you'll unlock... Whoops, don't look at that. Zadornov search mission.
Snake, Zadornov has escaped custody.
Oh my goodness.
Find him.
Alright. We'll go back to Snake. And we'll get some, you know, my good old standard loadout. Although, now that I think about it, hey, I haven't really shown off this. The twin barrel with a rubber slug. That one's pretty cool. As you saw as I was scrolling through, there's several of these. And the idea is that you keep doing the extra ops and you try and get all the stuff. And then eventually you'll get a Zadornov.
And bring him back here with
Yep.
Fulton recovery.
You'll get a Zadornov rescue mission. And they kind of take you through earlier areas from the game, but with a little bit of, like, you know, differences, such as now we're at night here, which is cool. Makes it look very similar to the, very similar color grading to the nighttime areas in MGS3.
Freeze.
Got anything for me? Well, lots of stuff, but none of it for me. Alright. I don't know if I'll be able to show this off otherwise, but yeah. Sawed-off double-barrel shotgun. Unfortunately, he doesn't fire it all cool like you did in MGS4. That's a letdown. But it does big stun damage. It's also very loud. So you got to be careful with that. Still very good if you want to do close-up, non-lethal encounters. And I went here before, and there was that big barrier that said this was a demilitarized zone. Not anymore. We'd actually just go here. And if you look, a lot of these connected areas, they're not actually blocked off. So these are pretty fun. These are pretty fun. I think he has set places, but I don't really remember where they are. And again, a first time through, you're not going to have any idea where this dude is. So you kind of just have to sneak around and look for him. And I think it's pretty neat. You can kind of tell that this is meant to be a post-game, though. Because look how everyone has helmets. Oh my goodness, that's why there's no difficulty select. Because the game has like a linear, regular difficulty. And in the post-game, dudes have better equipment. This is also the first game that really has the headgear work this way.
Freeze.
Where headshots aren't going to do anything. You have to shoot off their helmet first. So it's weird, again, what a bizarre in-between this is, because it's not just reskinned MGS4. It's got a lot of stuff that MGS4 just absolutely didn't have.
Freeze.
That we will see going forward, but we're also going to see a lot of the MGS4 stuff getting dropped. For example, you notice how I said, oh yeah, look, hey, we don't hold our gun like Snake did in MGS3. We hold it like old Snake. And then this, oh, we don't fire it like old Snake. We just fire it like a regular shotgun. You know, we don't do the cool one-handed thing. Well, this isn't going to be a talking point in future games because they thought it wasn't important to ever have Snake hold his gun. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't like that. Hey, we found a POW. I'll talk about that more when it happens, but I think it's worth pointing out now that we're in, like,
Mother Base is already jam-packed. Lay off the Fulton recoveries until there's more room.
now that we're in this section of this game. So this game, it's not really what I would call an asset flip, but, I mean, there's a lot of reuse of animations and assets from prior games. Which is fine. I think they do it very well. And again, I think this game just looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, this is not what PSP games looked like. This is not even what, like, the best PS2 games looked like, you know? But yeah, since we're in kind of like, I would say asset reuse game in the asset reuse portion of the game, it's funny to see things like you know, how that helmet's gonna work. That'll be carried forward. But the things that you would think would be carried forward, like animations of Snake holding the gun when he walks around, we're not gonna see, and it's a little awkward. It's a little strange. Because it's not even like, oh, well, the solution they came up with looked better. It's just the solution they came up with actually kind of looks worse. Still, I like this sequence of the game. It's kind of neat to do hide and seek in these areas. Kind of give you an excuse to go back and sneak through them in a more regular way. Remember this area. It's got that bridge. Now, I don't... No? I seem to remember something about, like, you can shock certain metal and it'll, affect dudes. Hey, let's see. Yeah, instant knockout even from that range, so it's pretty good. I remember being able to shock dudes who are touching metal. Well, I guess that's wood on the side there. But that's definitely metal on the ground. I don't remember what metal surfaces actually conduct electricity. Could have sworn that bridge was one of them, but I guess I'm wrong. I love this. I love how much this looks like MGS3. And also, yeah, you can see across the way there. When we dealt with those guys. Oh, there's fish. Unfortunately, even if we shoot it, I'm pretty sure nothing happens.
Start talking.
Do you have any clues?
Start talking.
I have a daughter and she's just turning 5?
Start talking. Start talking.
That's not really a clue. That doesn't really tell me anything. Alright, let's choke him out. Takes a while. Takes too long. There we go. But you can still choke dudes out. That's good to know. Let's move back over here. There we go.
The enemy's here.
Not quite as, elegant as I wanted that to go. I forgot how far through dudes you go with the attack roll in this game. That's fine. He didn't call for backup, so as far as I'm concerned, that doesn't count as a real alert. So I mentioned that there's going to be one small issue as well, and you might have noticed it by this point. It's that even though Snake threw the bandana away, canonically, he's going to have it in gameplay the entire time, and he's even going to have it in a couple cutscenes. That's an oversight. I mean, they definitely had the ability to just simply draw him without the bandana. And they definitely had the ability to just, you know, make it an option to not have it. They just chose not to take it. Because again, we've got the battle dress with and without the armored bandana as an option. They could have just created an extra head model. I don't know why they didn't. I really, you know, that's one of those things where people will tell you, oh, well, you know, it was a hardware limitation or this or that. And it's like, no, I think they just decided not to because, like, maybe it would have been too much of a spoiler. Like, if screenshots and gameplay started coming out of people doing later missions with a bandana-less Snake. That guy was sappy. I don't know. But it was definitely a deliberate decision to just not do that. And I think it's a little silly. I think it would have been better to have him actually, you know, not have the bandana at this point in the game and just give us an option to put it back on if we so choose. But like I said, it's a small gripe. It's a small oversight. Canonically, we're not supposed to have the bandana anymore. Which, that's one of those things that made Ground Zeroes very funny to me. Because when screenshots of that game were first coming out, and they show a bandana-less naked Snake wearing the sneaking suit from this game with the same patches and everything from this game, I went, oh, okay, it's a Peace Walker sequel. But then people whose job it is to report on video games were like, we don't know when this game could take place. No word on that, no confirmation. And I'm like, it's your job to tell people about video games, though. You could at least, like, you know, use your brain a little bit. Anyway, you might have noticed he showed up on our radar without a vision code. So he will show up on the Soliton radar. And that's it. That's his hiding spot.
Head for the recovery zone.
He gave
Pick
us
you up there.
gave us some items too. That's cute. He's not particularly hard to find, but these are neat. They're really fun with a co-op partner because they're just lengthy stages where you can cause a lot of havoc.
I knew you could do it.
And Zadornov never really moves away, so you can just mess with people here. To be fair, I'm also the one who gets upset when I can see Snake's eyebrows. When people draw Snake and you can see his eyebrow. Yeah, listen, I have an eye for detail. Just the one, much like Naked Snake. I can't see out of my right eye either, but I can see why kids love the great taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I can tell the difference between snakes when looking at them. I am just saying, I am just positing that if it is your job to write an article that speaks to the masses to report and explain on something to them, you should maybe know what you should maybe not spread misinformation. You know, you should maybe have the full story so people who might not know that that's the suit he wore in Peace Walker can read the article and go, oh. Anyway, we got Dingo. But I'm going to throw away that alpaca and that ant. Arowana, we got plenty of those in MGS3. Baleen whale, nope. Just get rid of all of these scrubs in the waiting room that are filthy, filthy C ranks. We don't need those. D rank, ugh.
You're fired.
All right. Oh,
So, you found me.
I
It
did.
wasn't hard. What are you up to anyway?
Just going for a stroll.
Kaz, I've got Zadornov returning home.
Acknowledge, Snake.
All right. We did it. Surely he won't go missing again.